Hello and welcome to the blog hop for crafting together with all brands. This is my first ever participation in a YouTube blog hop. So I just want to first of all introduce myself. My name's Carol, and I have been crafting for many years. I started with card making, and I did that for a very long time. Still make cards. I have been on demo teams. I've been a demonstrator. But in the past few years, I've kind of moved away from the card making as my only craft, and I've really got into bookbinding, journaling, but not the writing type. I'm not great with the writing, but art journaling, junk journaling, and I do a little bit of nature journaling. Yeah, so I'm kind of finding my way with it. I am not an expert, but I enjoy what I do, and hopefully it will give you a little bit of inspiration if you are also on this journey. Now, this is a new journal that I have made specifically to do the crafting together with all brands blog hops, and it's an 8x8 journal. I've used long stitch. It's very messy, but as I said, I'm still learning. And it kind of, at the moment, I've done it very big because I like to do a lot of collage, and put in pockets and tuck spots, and you might have seen a lot of journals end up like this, and I'm trying to find a way to, for that not to happen so much. Yeah, so I'm going to get started then. The theme for this month is feels like spring, and I will show you my kind of process. So I've already decided where I want to do my journal, and when I'm planning what I'm going to do, I always stick a little arrow in there just to remind me. So this is the spread I'm going to use, this bit and this bit. If you want to know any more about the journal and how I made it, please have a look. There are two videos on my channel. One shows you how I put the cover together, and one shows you how I put the signatures and the rest. Anyway, the other thing I tend to do when I am journaling, because I do get a bit messy. Sometimes it's with glue, sometimes it's with paint or whatever, but many years ago when I was card making, it was kind of a thing about making your own stencils, and I bought loads of Mylar. I never really did much stencil making, but these sheets, I have smaller ones where I've cut them down for other journals, but I've kept these A4 sheets whole for this journal, and it protects then all the other pages. So that's one thing that I do. The other thing that I do when I've got a theme, and I like to use either a prompt like we've got on this month, which is feels like spring, or I like to use a quote. I like a starting point. And then what I like to do is to start to get together a few kind of bits and pieces that I might use. And I have to say might, because I am terrible at this. I'll go through and I think, oh, I like the idea of that, and I'll use that. And I put all these things out, and then it's like, oh, I don't use half of it. Anyway, let me just sort of have a little bit of a go through. So strips. These are just scraps off cuts that I stick onto strips. I have got a video. I may not have got it uploaded by this time, but I will have a video showing how I make these. These are not my ideas. I don't want you to think, oh, I've come up with all these ideas. No, they are things I am learning from looking at other people on YouTube. So I've got a couple of those I'm thinking I might use. Some scraps of pattern paper. Having been a card crafter, I have so much stash. I'm sure people can relate to that. I have loads of paper pads and stacks of paper and card, and then all my offcuts. And one of the things I am trying to do at the moment is to find ways to use up some of those offcuts. So other things I've got here, tags. So I am using dies that I've got in my stash, and I've made a load of dies. I've got a whole tin full of different sort of dies for sort of tags. So probably use some tags. Another thing I've been doing is taking some of my smaller, well, smallish card offcuts and embossing them. So this one I'm thinking of using as a pocket here. Let's see what else I've got. So I have a load of kind of this size bits of paper that I think I've got them on Amazon. The only thing I don't like about some of these is they're very American, but hey ho, it is what it is. But this one I thought was perfect because I haven't actually said what I make it for me feels like spring, and what that is when I start starting on my garden, sowing seeds and prepping my beds, weeding, cutting down all the old winter stuff. So the whole thing for me this spring, this feels like spring for me, is going to be about gardening and sowing seeds and that kind of stuff. Should have said that earlier. I do apologize. So I have a couple of books. I like to use bits from old books. These are ones I've got relatively recently, and I've marked this page because it's got the daffodils on, and then similarly in here I've marked this page. I may or may not use this, but I've kind of just sort of gone through and thought, oh, what might I like to use? I'm always in my wellies at this time of year. I'm sure the rest of you have had as much wet weather as I have. So I've got some of these which I will fussy cut out. I have a couple of these like small torch stickers, and I've highlighted the ones I want to use. I always tend to do this. I have these little stickers just to remind me what I'd like to do. I do like Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. So I've gone through what I've got of those, and I picked up some. Might use these little poems. There's some to do in March there. This is an old last year's Gardener's World magazine. So I've got here about caring for daffodils, and the other bit I marked was about success with seeds. So these are all bits that I might use. I've picked up a few little bits of, decoration. I'm thinking of using an envelope, like a seed packet. I've got some bits of lace, but I can almost guarantee you that some of this won't get used, and I will find some other things that I would really like. So I'm going to start by just having a rough kind of idea of what I want where. So I think I'm going to use this to cover that text. This is apparently this is Humphrey Bogart. This is out of an old Punch magazine, that page. I'm thinking, excuse me, I've put in my seed packet there. Quite like this there. Making a pocket here. And maybe using a couple of the tags to go in the pocket. Maybe one of these little tags might fit in there. What else might we do? I'm thinking of using this one on here to make a cluster. This is just like a assemblage or a group of, bits and pieces. So I might use that. I've got this one, which I thought might use on here. So yeah, so I'm kind of just going to get started, and this is what I do. I'll start, and then I'll make other decisions, and then so what I'll do, if I will keep talking while I can, but some of it might just be a little bit hoot, and I may do a little fast forward through that. We'll see. I do tend to chop and change how I do videos. So there you go. And right, so now I've kind of got my kind of main focus, if you like, my little bits. I now would start to look for collaging bits and pieces. So oh, forgot my wellies. Oh, which one should we go for? I think we'll go for these pink ones. Let's get these cut out so we can see where we're going to put those. I think what I've discovered about doing this type of journaling, so just rummaging for my little is, you know, there's kind of no right, no wrong. I mean, and it's all a learning sort of process as well. I'm finding I just get so much enjoyment out of fiddling around. And it literally is just fiddling around and playing. I'm also, I think I mentioned it earlier, I've got so much stash from card making over the years that I don't really use for card making anymore. But I'm suddenly finding that, you know, the papers, I'm wondering actually if the wellies might look nice on here. Sorry, I do get these little wee off my brain goes. Yeah, so I'm finding like the papers, particularly the 12 by 12 scrapbooking papers, are going. I'm using up as part of signatures. That's what this one is here. In books, I'm finding that I had a load of grey board, mount board, bought it loads of it, not really used it, and now I'm finding, you know, perfect for making the hard covers for my journals. You know, and all my like scraps, because if you're like me, you do tend to think, oh, that little bit, that I would just be able to use that. I'm now finding ways that I can actually use the scraps to create things like these strips, like, you know, these embossed pieces for collaging. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Do I need something up here? And we'll stick this here for now. Right, so yes, I do need to find some more collage bits and pieces. Sometimes I find at this point I need to start sticking a few bits down. Otherwise, I end up in a little bit of a pickle, which you can probably see I am already doing. So let's, I think I'm just looking for that. We need something else on there. Right, but for the moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick these bits down. Right, now I'm liking this now. So I've got my 3 little pictures of seeds. I've got my little seedling. Need to do the tag to go in there, and I reckon to carry on the theme, I will use some of this. Now, because the envelope is quite small, I don't want to kind of go over the sides too much. Sorry. Okay, so now I'm just going to have a look in my stickers. These are washi stickers. I'm not going butterflies because we're spring here, or mushrooms, because they are not right. So let's look at the see if we've got any spring looking flowers in here. Probably everything I pull out won't be spring, but maybe somehow a little birdie's got in that one. Should be in the bird one. Maybe I'll just go with I think yellow. I think yellow. They look quite. That looks quite pretty. Right, so there's a couple more things I want to put. Where's my small talk stickers? If you could see the mess off to the side. Sheesh. Let's just put those in. I'm going to get my fibres out in a minute, and we'll put some fibres on those. And then I've chosen Everything Has Beauty, and always be on the lookout for the presence of wonder. Right, so last thing then for me to do is I'll look in my, and I think we're going to go with the orange and yellows, maybe mixed in with a little bit of pink. We'll get on these. I do have them sorted by colour, but I do have this pack, which is where the actual strands themselves are multicoloured, and I'm liking that. Maybe not, maybe it's too much. So the last thing, I don't always do this, and I'm still in two minds, is to stencil on the theme somewhere onto the page. So it's looking like up here. And so So here's my feels like spring layout. So I've got some collage, a little seed packet, tagging. I've kind of gone for like two sides of what feels like spring to me. So I've got all the seeds, like I said, seeds here, little pictures of planting seeds. And then on this side is the other things that I think of in spring is daffodils. So lots of pictures of daffodils, information about daffodils on the tags in a little pocket. So I hope you have enjoyed my video and maybe have a few little ideas from it. Thank you for watching and for joining me on my first ever crafting together with all brands YouTube hub. It's been a real pleasure. I've really enjoyed making this spread and hope you have enjoyed it too. Thank you for joining me, and make sure you go and check out the other blog YouTube's videos. They're listed in the description under my video. There's some amazing projects, lots of variety depending on what you're into, and hopefully we'll see you next month.